I don't see how far I've come. They do. But because I'm in it, I don't understand how far I've come. I'm only talking from experience, you know. Yeah, people might be more prepared to listen to me. I used to believe win at all means, win at all costs. I'm a winner, I'm born a winner, I hate losing. Yeah, I will go on record as saying, I think everyone knows that what I find myself in now, the illness that I have, I hate it with a passion. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, you know, to be so fit, getting on with your life, and all of a sudden, you know, you find your world upside down. You start all over again. You know, to start all over again at such an age in life, it's difficult. But then I'm turning around and saying to myself, to find out so much about yourself, because ultimately, Andrew, so only you can get yourself out of this position. It doesn't matter how much people help or whatever, I have to find it myself to get out of this position. So I think during lockdown, I think lockdown really opened up my eyes to a lot of things, you know, 14 weeks by myself. And I've turned around and said to myself, man, you've actually got yourself in this position by hard work and dedication. Yeah, you've had a hell of a lot of hard work from people guiding you in the right way, but you've had to do it. You've had to sacrifice a hell of a lot. So now you find yourself in this position, you find yourself in it. Only you can get yourself out of it. That's what I've tried to do. I've tried to find the way that I can get myself out of it. Because throughout my career playing football, I played in a team, you know. But me as an individual, I had to fit into that team and give my best for that team. So I've had to do that myself, you know. So everything basically in my life, what I've achieved, I've had to do it by myself. Yeah, you're granted I've had help, but ultimately I've still got to do the work. You know, regardless of how much help someone gives me, if I don't do it, I don't move on, you know. That's why I'm starting to understand myself. I'm starting to understand myself so that you got yourself in this position by hard work, dedication, what you're sacrificing. Yeah, people have been around you, of course they have, you know, granted. But without you, you don't get anywhere, you know, so just starting to understand myself a lot more. You have to have a purpose. You have to have a purpose. Every day you wake up, you have to know what you're gonna do, you know. Don't be caught kicking your heels. You know, you have to drive and motivate yourself. If you don't motivate yourself, man, you get yourself in a rut. So you have to find something that is gonna keep you mentally, you know, physically driven.
What happens if you don't have that purpose?
Man, it's a downward spiral, man. It becomes hard. You get caught in a rut. You know, you don't want to become caught in a rut, because once you get caught in a rut, it becomes very, very difficult, you know, to try and get yourself out of a rut. You know, so you have to find a purpose. You know, we've all got a purpose. You know, that's why we're here, because we've all got a purpose. Every day I get up, the first thing I say to myself now is, I want to be a better person today than I was yesterday. That's what I say to myself. When I look myself in the mirror, all I see is me. Yeah? I don't look to blame anybody else but me if I've had started a good day or a bad day. You know, I have to fall in love with me before I fall in love with anybody else. And if I don't feel good in myself, it's not for me to blame anybody else. I don't blame anybody else anyway. So this position I find myself in now, okay, I said to myself, right, how are we gonna move forward? You know, yeah, it's tough. Some days are good, some days are rotten. But I said to myself, how are you going to move forward? How are we going to make this a better day for you? It's not easy. It's not easy, because some days I literally cannot be bothered because I'm so tired or whatever it is. But then I say to myself, whoa, what's going on here? My mum said to me, don't you ever quit on me. That really touched me, because I'm saying to myself, I know what she's been through. Yeah. When my mum turns around and said to me, don't ever quit on me. I can't quit. I can't quit. So in the back of my mind, I always hear my mum, you don't quit. You don't quit. You know, I've seen my mum struggles. Andrew Cole. I was born in Nottingham, 71. Of 2 Jamaican immigrants. How I grew up. I mean, the craziest thing is I only grew up with my parents until I was like 14. And what I can remember is, I grew up with my parents very loving. Big family, 6 sisters, 1 brother. And I always grew up with a lot of love. Without all my family, I wouldn't be in this position now to be sitting down talking to you. I joined Arsenal when I was 16 and everything was a challenge for me. Everything was a challenge. Being told that I wouldn't be able to do this, I wouldn't be able to do that. You know, wouldn't play in the first team, not good enough to play in the first team, you know, not good enough to play in the Premier League, not going to score enough goals. My whole career, and to a certain extent my whole life, has been a challenge that people have always put in front of me, that people have always doubted me. But those challenges never ever fazed me because I know where I'm coming from. I know what my parents are, I know what my family are, you know, and I always said I'd never let them down, knowing that I can do something. If I know I can do it, yeah, I'm not just letting my family down, I'm letting myself down. So my mindset was, whatever I decide upon my mind to, I will do. And no one else will be able to deter me from that. It's not been easy for me, it's tough. It's been very, very tough. Ever since I've been a kid, everyone's doubted me, doubted my ability, you know, doubted my mental state at times, you know. Will I keep it all together or will I end up going down the other road and things like that. So I've had this self-doubt, well, not my self-doubt, but people doubting my ability from when I was a kid. So it's never ever bothered me that everyone's actually doubted me. So I think that, for me personally, that's just adding more fuel to the fire. And it's driven me so much to whereby I've driven myself. Sometimes I drive myself too far, you know, but that is my makeup, that's just the way I'm built. If I wasn't the way I was, I don't think I'd become the player I become. You know, it's as simple as that. You know, everyone does things in different ways, and that's the way that I believe was the best way for me to do it. You know, I had to drive myself on. You know, I had to be very driven. Mentally, I had to be very, very driven. And yeah, sometimes detrimentally, later on in your life, yeah, it will catch you up because the way I've done things, the way I've dealt with things, you know, I've basically dealt with things by myself. You know, I'm not very good in letting people in. You know, in fact, I'm not very good. I'm terrible. No one really gets let in. But I've been like that since I left home at 14 years of age. And I've been like that due to the fact that I left my mum and my dad about 14. That's a tender age to leave home. And I grew up from 14 as a man. From 14, I was always making my own decisions. You know, even I moved in with my sister when I was 16. When I moved to Arsenal, and I lived with my sister for many, many years. So my sister became my second mum. You know, so really the only 2 people that I can't let in is like my sister and my mum. You know, because I changed so much when I left home at 14. My only fear was growing up, yeah, was failure. And to a certain extent, it's my fear now, failure. I've never wanted to fail. I've never wanted to fail my parents. I never wanted to fail my family. So everything I do, I'm very, very driven, you know. Failure for me is, but this is the way I look at it. Failure for me is a sign of weakness in me. If I fail, if I know I can do something, I'll fail, I look at myself and say, come on, that's a sign of weakness, you know. And I end up having a tear up with myself. I'm that kind of individual. So I said, whatever people used to say to me, it made no difference to me because I genuinely believe that I can do whatever I put my mind to. So what's ever put in front of me, it makes no difference.
Here's Cole, allowed to turn. Andy Cole, yes!
For Andy Cole, who hits it first time! Oh, he's done superbly!
I don't believe in excuses. I don't believe in excuses. You know, you make the best out of what you can. Don't make excuses.
Is there any time when excuses have creeped into your mind?
All the time. But if I keep all the excuses in my mind, I don't get to where I need to get to. That's me again. But excuses for me is a cop-out. I used to believe win at all means, win at all costs. I'm a winner, I'm born a winner, I hate losing. The biggest battle, or the biggest win would be to overcome what I'm in now. And that's the toughest one. So if I win that, yeah, winning at all means, yeah, means a lot. Yeah, the struggles is tough. Struggle, hard. Hard. Mentally hard. Physically tough. Pain is what it is, and pain takes time to overcome. Yeah. Tough. But once you get that right, any struggle you can overcome. Don't quit, man. For me, quit. If I quit, man, I'm a cop out. I can't quit. Dedication. Without hard work, man, you need to be dedicated. Hard work's part of the plan, it's part of the process. You have to be dedicated to your hard work. You're gonna get knocked back, but you still gotta be dedicated to grafting, working hard. For me personally, sacrifice is everything. If you don't sacrifice, you don't get to where you need to get to. So at some stage, you gotta make some sacrificing. You know, comfort zone. I mean, I left my comfort zone when I was 14. I mean, my mum's was my comfort zone. I left her at 14. You have to be true to yourself. And that you've already touched on, there's too many people out there not true to themselves. And that's when you get yourself in a predicament. So the way I speak, and the way I speak even more so now, obviously, the problems I've gone through, that's me being me. You know? There's a lot of things that I could talk about, and people turn and say, oh my God. Yeah, definitely. But I can only give you what I go through now on a daily. You know, it's not easy. This disease I have is not easy. I think I've said before, possibilities of this disease cutting my life short. Of course there's a possibility. Just determination, sheer determination. I mean, I have a mindset that it was not to be broken. You know, it didn't matter what was put in front of me. I know the obstacles that have been put in front of me, and I've jumped over every obstacle in front of me to get to where I am today. So, determination, willpower, you know, to want to succeed. At times, yeah, I want to quit, but then I turn and say to myself, nah, you don't quit. You don't quit, you got to keep going. Like I say to people, I was blessed with a little bit of a talent and I ran with it. I've been given opportunity by a lot of people to run with this talent. And I'll never forget those people who given the opportunity to run with it. You know, so I ran with the talent that I had, and I ended up doing what I did and achieving what I achieved. So I'm never going to sit and say, yeah, I'm a special individual. No, definitely not. You know, talented, yeah, I had a little bit of talent, and it worked out all right in the end. So when people say, oh, you're such a high-profile person, for you to come out and talk about what you've been through and how tough it is, I'm only talking from experience, you know, and yeah, people might be more prepared to listen to me. I play football and I run around, you know, and kicked a bag of wind around and I was half decent at it. That's the way I look at me playing football, you know. I never ever believed I'd ever be celebrated the way I've been celebrated by so many people. Because I didn't grow up to play football to be celebrated. I grew up to play football because I loved it. Now I look at it and say, look, if I can help someone else, or people talk about me as being a role model, or I can help this, that's all I'm trying to do, is trying to help. If you don't motivate yourself, man, you get yourself in a rut. So you have to find something that is gonna keep you mentally, you know, physically driven. Get yourself out of a rut. You have to find a purpose. You know, we've all got a purpose. You know, that's why we're here, because we've all got a purpose.
Thank you for watching, guys. A massive thanks to Andy. His book is linked below, and if you got something from this, please go check that out. And the full interview is also linked below if you want to see that.
Guys, if you want to see the behind the scenes of this video and previous videos, then check out our studio channel, which is in the description below.
And if you want to support projects like this in the future, please consider becoming a YouTube member. It goes a massive way, and we do appreciate. Salute to everyone who is a member right now. And also, there's some merchandise linked below. If you're interested in that and it helps support the channel as well, we do appreciate it. As always, have a blessed and productive day. Peace.